Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day of the video. Darren has a good day. Today it is a Wednesday, but I'm going by a new life mantra. My new motto is today it's always Friday. And that's just so true. It's so true. It's like today's Friday, tomorrow's Friday, every day is Friday. You wake up, you get your work done, and you go home thinking, yes, it's fucking Friday tomorrow, boys. We just got one more day. I kind of started it thinking like taking the piss out of Lewis, because Lewis is always like, oh, I just can't, but this week's so long. Oh God, I can't wait for the weekend. And I'm just like, but mate, we go home and we've got 2 more days of this. Like, we've got home today. We're like, oh man, we've only got, it's like Wednesday, man. I'm like, we've only got 2 more days before the weekend. Oh God, we better make those 2 days last. But on deeper, like, when you burrow right down to the core of the issue here, the issue, why do you say it like that, lad? Like, actually it's not a bad thing to have. Like, you wake up every day, it's like a mixture of quite a lot of different things. It's like, look forward to the weekend, but you wake up and then you got work, and then you're like, I get friggin' work done, looking forward to tomorrow, but tomorrow's Friday, so it happens all over again, and it's such a great thing to do. It's like living every day to its best, and everyone's best days are Fridays, aren't they, really? So why don't you have every day as Friday? But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about today. Otherwise, as well, why is it, another thing I've been thinking about, why is it that nobody, like, not many animals have evolved to be able to drink salt water? Like, you'd imagine, after however many billions of years, or millions of years, or whatever, someone would have sussed out, you know what, there's a lot of salt water in this world, why don't we just drink that? That's what I'm saying. Evolution, come on, get on my level. But otherwise, what's been going on diddly damn day today? Basically, I got up at a relatively normal time. I was pretty tired, but I'm on it now. I've just locked down my sleeping habits again. Although, to be fair, tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to freaking Nottingham on Friday. It's mental now. Tomorrow's Friday. Every day is Friday. But what's been going on today? Today we had a jolly good fun time planning session for the first half of the day, where we ran through, we're kind of like a 2-team project, but we ran through what we were going to do with the other team, and then we discussed the borders of where we were doing our stuff and how we wanted to communicate between the 2 borders, like completely program it. Like, we would just walk up and talk to each other, but like how our computer systems want to talk to each other. Discussing that, and then we were trying to define a golden thread, and like there was one guy who was like so hell-bent on doing it like a way that was planned ages ago, and we come in and we're like, yeah, but it doesn't really make sense to do that. So we had this huge discussion about what a golden thread is and why what we're doing is why it's bloody good, right? So what we do, we've got like 5 different things. I'm going to simplify it to you. We've got 5 different things, yeah? That one, that, right, there you go. In fact, yeah, there you go. Bam, bam. We've got this, we've got to take it out of this, do something to it, pass it, do something to it, pass it, do something to it, pass it. So it was discussing about where we pass everything, right? Our definition of a golden thread is, there's your thing, take it out, the thing that takes it out, pass it, pass it, pass it. That's our definition of a golden thread. Like, that's how we roll on Team Dyson. We get the 5 things that pass everything. Bam, 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 bam. So you've passed something from here to there. You don't care what it is. I don't care what got passed. I just want to know it's possible to pass something. So literally, you just send hello world, or you send null, or you send 0, all the way through. You send the number 5 all the way through. It doesn't matter. Although it's not as simple as just sending 5, because obviously if this thing is expecting X, then you need to give it X. If this thing only gives you B's, then you need to take out a B, and then you basically just halfway down the line just convert it to an X. So what we've done is that we was having this debate for ages. Well, his idea of, I get the merit in it, but there's no downside in ours. There's a lot of downsides in his. He was like, but there's no point in doing that because you've not proved anything. I know we've not proved anything, but the golden thread isn't for us to prove things to people. It's for us to go, right, okay, we can do it. It's a proof of concept as programmers. We can go, right, we can get something from there to there. We can lift up, like, this is 5 different services. These could be on 5 different servers, right? It's not necessarily in a line. It's not necessarily like that. You could put that in fucking Australia, that over else in the other side of the world, and you've got to be able to know that you can get from there to there to there. So on a deployment level, you can go, right, it works. I figured out how to deploy it, and then it's not like you've gone, oh, let's create this huge, beautiful, let's make the Earth, yeah, and then go, right, let's hope it spins around this sun, well then just fucking launch it. Don't work like that. You go, oh look, there's a really shit big rock, bang, there you go, it spins around there, it bloody works. There we go, make an Earth, boys. Also, it means, this is why we champion it specifically, it's what we did with our aggregate stuff. It means that if you've got something there that can talk to something there, you can set up tests that are tracking what it does across the time gulf, right? So when you're going along the line, you'll be able to go, right, okay, even if this literally goes, get something, I can't actually get something, but here's something, bam, pass it across, pass it across, pass it across. Yeah, at the end, it'll fail the test. It'll go, right, that was a failure. 100% fail. We do like 1,000 tests, 100% of them fail. Come in the next day, and you've bulked this bit up, yeah? Or, well, no, you never actually bulk one of them up in total, but you'll bulk up the line. So this only ever passes null, yeah? You then say, let's only ever pass the customer's first name, for example. It'll go, blah, 1% pass. You add an address in. 2% pass. It's not quite as simple as that, because what you'll do is you'll do the person, everything, and then you'll go, right, let's do like vehicle modifications. Bam, there you go, there's 20%. It'll work like that. But you can see, day on day, you run the tests overnight, you come in the next day and you'll be like, right, there we go, 20% pass. Hold on, that caused a problem there. You test that, bam, go. And it just works. It's amazing. But we had this literally huge argument about whether we should be doing that or whether we should actually be spending time developing, like there's a bit in it that does the transforms. So he says, why don't we have one set of transforms so that we know we can transform this to this before we start passing stuff across. Says, yeah, but by that definition, why concentrate on any of that when you can just concentrate on the fully? Then you just concentrate on this, build, make it absolutely perfect, and then you don't know whether it works. Like, you can't stop at that point. As soon as you've started to go, why don't we build this up, you then can't ever go, right, let's do the rest of the thread. No. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone, basically, let's spend loads and loads of money on centre midfield. Yeah? How much money do you plumb into midfield until you go, actually, we need some money for everything else? You go, right, we need one there, job done. Now let's flesh it out. Metaphors. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one, because in the two teams we're running, we have 3 different people who are very strongly opinionated, we'll say, for better or for worse, and quite, like, they will defend their opinion a lot, like to the point where if I get an argument, a discussion, you go there and you'll be like, right, I think we need to do this, I reckon this way is a thing. You go into that conversation open-minded. I don't think these people go in as open-minded as they should or could, but then there are times where they both genuinely think they're 100% right, and it just takes it should just take a third or fourth person to go, you're more right. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. It normally just turns into a 3 against 1. So you have the scenario where these 3 people would disagree, and then they just argue. Like if I'm there, I'll be like, I'll get to the point where I've massively compromised on my point, just because after 10 minutes I'm bored. I'll just be like, right, 10-minute argument there. I don't really agree, but yeah, okay, we'll do that. Fine. Yeah, cool. Move that over. But I'm more the developer, where I'll be like, right, just plan it loosely, start programming it, and then we'll discover the reason why we should have done it my way. Like, you don't realise half your problems until you've started. Like, there's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing the problems we have until you actually start. So let's not solidify down to we're using this thing only until you know it works. Hence a golden thread. By the way, so it was fun, really. We have these different arguments and stuff, and it's quite entertaining, to be fair. And then you get some people who just don't say anything. I'm kind of halfway in the middle. When they're on the just silly arguments, I just zone out. When they're on ones where I actually have an opinion, I step in. And then what I do is I normally zone out, and then I'll come back 20 minutes later. They're still talking about it. I'm like, right, okay, start from scratch. Explain. You. That's just how it goes. Or part of you, because it's just the way it is, isn't it? No one's ever 100% right all the time. even that, no one's ever right, like ever. It's normally like 90% right, 20% wrong, or you know what I mean, 90, 10% splits. Even in like you've said one thing, you're kind of right, kind of wrong. But anyway, so I was doing planning for the first half of today, which does mean that we were in planning for like 3 days. 3 days. But we got there in the end, and we left, and we got our golden thread proof of concept sorted. The other team were like, oh, we don't reckon we should go for the golden thread because we're not going to get it done in time. So now we're kind of not even, we're supposed to be finishing the sprint on next Tuesday. So we've got a week to do it. And the golden thread is like really bare bones, and they're like, oh, we're probably not going to get it finished in that time, so like we're going to have like a week and a half sprint. We'll just meld these 2 sprints together, because we kind of started this sprint halfway through. We're going to meld it into 2. We're like, okay. I mean, like, we've got 3 developers. You've got 3 developers. The golden thread's not that hard. It's literally a case of open a project, open a method. Does it do it? Yep, bam, there you go. Happy days. It's so simple. But they seem to think it's going to be difficult. So what we've done is, as we've split the work up, there's a load of stuff that's in the golden thread that's kind of like whoever's free, and essentially what it's going to be is going to be like, bam, there you go, we'll take it. Right, where's your bit for the golden thread? That's basically what's going to happen. I can tell, because today we've already got this bit pumping in and taking out again. So tomorrow we're going to go this bit, and then we're going to go that bit. They're working on that bit, and then we're just going to go. Like, that bit's basically already done for us. This was all ourselves. The architects have been figuring out how to do this for a long time. So it's literally just gets used, bam, 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 waiting for you. We're going to work on actually making a golden thread, wrapping it in steel and stuff like that to make it stronger. But yeah, it's pretty funny, to be honest. It's just that tomorrow, like, Ben is on automated testing of it, and it's obviously good from a testing point, because obviously all that stuff I've already said. Ben's doing the automated testing, so it leaves me with Dave and Paul, and like usually Dave and Ben usually disagree on stuff. Like, Ben's got a very like methodical. I think Dave can be very pedantic. I think Ben can be very like, he's very, very test orientated. He's testing first guy. Where I think Ben is more of a the names. Lewis isn't Lewis. Lewis is a lot more relaxed. I don't know. It's weird to describe the dynamic between them, because they're very similar, but they're so similar that they're very far apart as well. So they like have these things. But because I've been working with Ben, I'm very impressionable. I usually sway 90% to Ben's side. Literally, it just makes sense. I'm just like, it makes perfect sense to me. But I have sat next to him and worked with him for 3 months, so God, I've been rambling, haven't I? But yeah, it's me, Paul, and Dave. Paul is very, very quiet. Hardly says anything. Hardly doesn't. So, but Dave is on holiday for 2 days. So Ben is doing the automated testing. So it's basically me leading. I'm leading for 2 days, which is going to be exciting. Our sub-team of getting the golden thread through. But yeah, that's the plan there. It's exciting stuff. But otherwise, came home, drove back. Traffic's actually been getting quite bad this week. And I can't figure out why. Like, I'm trying to figure out if there's some kind of event that's going on near work that's just making, like, this certain road, as we leave work, just gets rammed. I never did it up until now. It's really quite strange. We're also moving office on the 12th, 14th of April. So we've got a month from now. It wasn't a month from when they said. Which isn't too bad. Gives us lots of time. I think Lewis is bringing his car up, so I'll be driving up on my own for a change, which will be good, which means I can do whatever hours I want instead of like locking down to him or him the other way, which is good stuff. I'm not sure how he's gonna, like, he always moans about how much money he spends at the moment, and that's halving petrol with me. When he goes on his own, he's going to quadruple it, because he's going to go further in a car that's thirstier, and no one's halving the money for him. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. And then what? What else? Yeah, come back. I've had a lazy dinner purely because I forgot to get out something. I forgot to get out my sausages that I was going to have. So I had southern fried chicken, chips and beans, and I'm having a productive evening. I'm going to catch up on video description that I didn't do yesterday because I uploaded the wrong video. I sat in bed uploading a video on here while I was watching Sherlock, and then checked it at the end of I was blogging. And then I'm like, right, half an hour towards the end of Sherlock, / I'm slightly falling asleep, I don't think I can make it. Load up the video, and it cancelled itself because it was the wrong video twice. What else? Otherwise, as well, Laura said this, I didn't notice this, I'm going to be ringing Laura later as well, but I was, YouTube have got this new feature where it will automatically play a recommended video, which I don't think that's a very nice thing. I think that's a shit feature for YouTube, because I can almost guarantee you've seen it before, or you don't want it. It's like a Netflix. I've turned that off on Netflix. I don't like that at all. Like, if that brings over to their apps, and because I go fall asleep to YouTube videos, and you can't turn it off at a manual setting, it's going to be shit. So I want to be able to turn it off completely manually. But yeah, I'm going to do some video descriptions, and we're going to be doing some blogging and video planning. That's my plan. And then end the video at some point, and then ring Laura. Too excited about a little catch up again. Good to see her on the weekend though, because I'm going back to Nottingham on Friday night. Gonna be good. Also, I've noticed in a week driving to and from work, I use the same amount of petrol as it does for me to drive 180 miles on the motorway up north, down south technically. So there's that. So as I'm driving around and sat in traffic, I'm like, I could be on the motorway doing so much better. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm sitting there like, I thought about whether I should get the train or whether I should get the car. I bought a car, so why don't I just get the car? But it works out cheaper. It's actually cheaper to run on petrol than it is for me to go to work for a week on petrol. It's incredible, isn't it? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to end the video early today, purely because I'm ringing Laura. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my washing up here, like so. I'm going to put it on this, and now what I'm going to do, pop the heating on for 2 hours, just to give it like a quick blast, and then I am going to be I'm on the phone to Laura, sort out this render you out, and then I'm going to get in bed, blog again, because I'm blogging done. I'm actually blogging, legitimately. I've like, you know how normally the rule is if I've not got my glasses on, I'm lying to you about how much work I'm doing. I've just taken them off. I've actually got stuff I want to blog about. It's not videos though. I haven't got a video plan. It's just a blog plan, which is an issue. Maybe I just don't need a plan for a video. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Right, yeah. Pop this away, lad, and then I will catch you guys tomorrow. We've got dev time tomorrow. Basically, it's just me, more or less, even though Paul's there. So, yeah. Also, going to be cooking something nice, and it's our last day. But it's our last day before I have to, before I go back to Nottingham. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Got to make sure we've got stuff sorted. I've got to do some packing and all that kind of stuff. I've kind of lost this week because of getting sloshed Monday night, failing to go swimming yesterday. That's why I've been productive today, because I've been forced to. That's what I need, actually. I need like deadlines, like I have to hit. Maybe that will help, instead of being so, it doesn't really matter, lol. I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. I'm doing blogs, but I'm not doing YouTube videos. I need to do main channel videos. I can't film anything or get anything live this weekend anyway, because I'm not even here. So, I'll catch you later.